Hello everyone, it's RJ from the ContentFellas team. You're probably wondering what the chicken nugget virus is and also how it took over our school. Good question. I'm still not sure. Actually, I am sure now because as I was editing this video, our school shut down so they could disinfect and find the virus. Also, we made it to Fox News, which is crazy. Anyways, all the events are about to take place is based on a true story at our school. Make sure you like and subscribe, or
I will find you, and you don't want to know what I'll do to you.
anyways, let's go back to the day before the virus outbreak. It was February 24th. There were 15 reports of kids throwing up sick. It looked like most of the kids were there for athletics 8th period though, so I don't think much of it. Besides, school drama nowadays is like a game of telephone where you have to second guess everything you hear. After school, I just went home and chilled for the day, working on some Felons episodes. Anyways, I went to bed after working hard on the Content Felon series that I'm making and just woke up the next morning. I wake up and realize it's the 25th. I forgot I had to retake a science test this morning, so I got up as fast as I could and, yeah. I forgot people nowadays can't listen to a long ass story with every detail in it without wanting to watch someone play Subway Surfer simultaneously. You know what? Fuck you. There you go, you low attention span piece of shit. Sorry, that was mean. Anyways, where was I? Oh, yeah. I got to school and I was walking in. Some teachers were saying to make sure we wash our hands. I was like, okay, I already do, so whatever. I walk into first period, which is like our school news channel, like what that one girl does at Spider-Man Homecoming. If you know, you know. Anyways, I sit down and speedrun yesterday's homework for math, which was due next period. Yeah, I know, I'm a lazy I get it. Everyone tells me that. Anyways, I say anyways too much. Like, how many times have I said it in this video already? Wow. Okay. Anyways, the girl behind me says she didn't feel so good, and less than a second later, she threw up and barely missed me in my $150 fit by a centimeter. Instead of being like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Are my clothes okay? There's nothing on it, right?" No, just kidding. I'm a villain, not a monster. I just left the scene and pulled the classic COVID 6 feet apart protocol. Yes, I measured the distance. Anyways, did the counter just go up? I thought I took that off already. Anyways. Whatever. She left the room and the janitor, whose name I think is like Carlos or something, cleaned up the mess. Carlos also had to clean up yesterday's messes too, so I feel bad for him. I was able to finish my work without getting hit by vomit snipes from across the room and decided to play Five Nights at Epstein's on the computer until the bell rang. I arrive and turn in my homework and realize that there is no one here. It's literally just me and like 10 other kids, when they're normally 30. I just assumed it would have been some band thing or something going on today, but other kids were catching on too. One of my friends, Jude, went to me and told me that someone in his first period threw up in front of the teacher's door, trying to get to the bathroom before that. I started to think that something's wrong, but I just pushed it to the back of my head as I got ready to learn about quadratic functions. What the third period, and in the doorway, I go flying forward into a desk. I was expecting my head to end up like this or that. I don't know which one. Anyways, again with this? Okay, fine. However, oh, come on. I turn around a little dizzy and see that two kids were fighting in the middle of the doorway. I move out of the way and watch as the kid with learning differences becomes traumatized as he watches two guys now stripping the other guy naked while fighting. Seriously, his shirt came off right before our teacher came in and separated the fight. I was like, cool, another fight. Maybe we'll get a brawl next period like last time. We'll probably make a video about that story soon. Anyways, I'm just gonna ignore you now. I sit down and realize that my entire group team isn't here to help me build the robot for the class project, so I was starting to get suspicious on why so many people aren't here at school. Especially when the announcements went off saying that all after school activities were canceled. Why would they do that? I decided to work on the robot myself because we were far behind compared to other groups. 3 kids that class asked to go to the nurse because they didn't feel well. The bell rang and I escaped without any injuries because of the huge bump on my head. Last second, and again, no one was here. So I just sat down and wondered if the rapture actually happened before GTA 6 and where what's left. Our teacher just said that because so many kids aren't here and that they would need to catch up, she just had us watch a musical. I decided to observe what was going on and realized 2 of my friends in that class were sick. One of them, who was plus sized, threw up in the trash can 3 times, and my teacher had to throw up with him because they have like that gag reflex thingy. The other friend, Waylon, decided that he was fine, although everyone could tell he wasn't. Like those guys in zombie movies who were clearly bitten but lied about it and ended up hurting everyone in the group. I was really concerned about this whole sickness thing and asked to go to the restroom, but I was secretly just going to the nurse's office instead to investigate. Mwahaha. I sat down with the other kids in line, which the line spread from the office to the main hallway. It was so bad they put chairs there for sick kids to sit in as they wait to get checked in. I asked some of the kids what was going on while wearing my special diamond-studded COVID mask. They said that they were sick, and I was like, no shit, Sherlock. Everyone is. Again, kidding. I asked them to elaborate, and they explained the origins of the chicken nugget virus. Dun dun dun! Sorry, that was pretty bad. Yesterday's lunch consisted of 3 options: Big Daddy's pizza, pause, chicken nuggies, or baked dried potato. I don't even know the name at this point. It's just horrible. No one likes their dried out frozen potatoes and pizza. Their radioactive chicken nuggets were the best thing they had that day. Most kids ate the nuggies. One of the kids, John, I'm just gonna say, said that one of the cafeteria ladies didn't have gloves on when she was handing out food. But things get interesting because some kids there didn't even get lunch at school. They brought their own, and they still got sick. I tried asking more kids, but then the bell rang, so I had to dip. Came to class and our teacher locked down the room and turned off the lights. She did some weird campfire story awe light thing and told us about the virus. She explained that this chicken nugget virus, yes, she used the name that I chose because it's tough, was a virus that could spread rapidly like wildfire. She doesn't know how it does, but tells us that the virus is the 0.01% of germs that Germex prophesized about. Scary. Anyways, she wanted us to just finish typing our essays and just have a work day. I finished my essay in like 5 minutes because I'm a genius, then played Five Nights at Epstein's again, and screamed when Donald Trump jump scared me. Everyone looked concerned. Also, Waylon, who was faking his infection, was sitting near me, so that was horrible. But the bell rang, and now I can hang out with the gang at lunch. Consists of Logan, Sebastian, Zay, CJ, David, Caleb sometimes, and me, your favorite, RJ. I was telling him about this whole virus thing. CJ started saying that a zombie apocalypse would happen soon because he's been watching way too much Walking Dead recently. While David actually gave us useful information and said that Jeremiah could have been patient zero. because the kids with developmental disabilities get lunch first and eat in a different room, then come and hang out with everyone else. Yesterday, Jeremiah had gotten the chicken nuggets because he overheard Jeremiah throwing up later that day. And with him coming back the next day and being patient zero helped spread the virus even more. I realized that this would make a great video and movie plot, but then realized that this was already done. It's called Cooties, and I've never heard of it before, but Logan told me that this was already a movie, and he wasn't wrong. It's like the same plot. Maybe it's the future too. I don't know. Lunch ended, and we had to go. Class, and the science teacher explains that this chicken nugget virus is not a new thing. It's just the norovirus, which is like a contagious stomach bug, except you get it by eating small bits of your own. Well, I'm not the one to argue with the teacher, especially with their domain of teaching being science. So I just stopped the chicken nugget virus rumor and no, because I might not be wrong. Because remember that cafeteria lady without gloves? Now, I think she used the restroom and didn't wash her hands, thinking she would just wear gloves maybe, and it wouldn't matter. However, she, I guess, forgot to put her gloves on and fed us kids nuggets. Then when the individualized support kids got their food, they became infected, came back into the cafeteria, and infected other kids by coughing or whatever. Most of the infected left early yesterday, but some came back today and caused a virus outbreak, which infected about 50% of our school. I also was stuck next to Waylon and activated my COVID protocols and stayed 6 feet away and played Five Nights at Epstein's on a computer and messed around with soundboards at the back of the room. That was a pretty fun period. I had to take a test. The only class that gave me a assignment. No workout, so I just sat in the gym and played on my phone and shared memes. I got home and my parents immediately quarantined me from the rest of my family. I explained to them that I wasn't one of them. I was clean. I was not infected. They didn't believe me, so I stayed in a hamster ball for the rest of the day to prevent anyone from getting sick. They also explained our school was the first to become infected and that our virus was spreading fast and infecting other adults. So they canceled Wednesday church for me. Oh no. Well, that's the story on how some dino nuggies took over our school with a zombie virus and caused us to appear on Fox News. What a ride. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know if I should make more story videos like this. Or if I should do like Let's Plays, the Five Nights at Epstein's or something. This is only days 1 and 2. I'm going to go back to school for this week to gather more details on this virus to make the days 3 and 4 parts. Which day 3 will go into the aftermath and more origins of the virus, because that one's already ready. I also assure you that days 3 and 4 video will be way shorter than this one. I'm sorry it's so long. Pause. But that's all. Goodbye.